Greetings everyone and welcome back to Factory Town, where in the last episode I received an amazing tip in the comments, and that is the barn can in fact be filtered. You can only do this, however, if there is nothing in that slot already. So there we go. We are now filtering that for grain, and the first thing that I thought I was going to have to do in this episode, I no longer have to do, and that is to resolve the hold-up problem that might exist there. That is actually quite fantastic. Now, with that done, let's remove that. For some reason it was attached to my cursor. Let's start off this episode by getting some new research going, shall we? I'm thinking steam power. Let's go for steam power, because steam power can, in fact, increase the efficiency of your production buildings. I'm not sure if it's all production buildings or just some. I'm hoping for it to be all. Now, has this emptied out? Not yet, but you know what? I don't mind too much. Let's remove these connection points here. Let's rotate the camera, please. There we are. We'll remove you. And in fact, I'm afraid 'tis time, at long last, for all of you to go. There we go. Oh my lord, there was a bench there. All this time. I forgot I even added that. It's been so long. Right, let's bring up the parts. I no longer use regular footpaths. So let's change that one with Shift 2. If you've got a building already on your cursor and then you use the Shift and then the number button, it'll replace what's there. There's also quite a few of these that you can cycle through, like we've got one over there, for example. We don't need that one specifically. Not right now. Okay, so at the moment... Oh, what on earth are you doing? I don't even... let's drop off whatever it is there, and... Sure, I mean, we could have you doing that. I'm not really certain that we need to, though. But you can pop on and get stuff done, and this should eventually back up. Now, one of the things that I am noticing here is we really are not doing a very good job with food. We should have all of these taken care of, but we don't, and that is despite having berries completely backed up. It's just we're not able to make the fruit juice fast enough. Now, what we could do to solve this problem is have a kitchen dedicated to fruit juice. I mean, that's not a terrible idea, you know. It does take 3 seconds to make. The alternative is to have the fruits just kind of bypass this if it's full. That is also not a terrible idea. In fact, I think I kind of like that idea. So how about you go into our build menu, to structures, and to wooden pillars. Now, I can't build them down there, but I might be able to bring them out. I'm not entirely sure. Can I build them over here? No. How about, can we build wooden arches? No. Let's see. There must be a way that we can do this. Now, I need to be up on the 3rd level to remove something. Let's pop that there. And then maybe the wooden arches going out. There we go. Let's do this all the way across. There we are. Now what I would like is to have, we could, a stone wall. We can make solid walls. What the dickens? At any rate, I would like to pull out the grapes. Let's actually see if that's even possible. The first thing we need to do there is grab a grabber. Pop that down. Well, what I should have done is set this to grapes first, and then done that. Alas, that is not what I did. Oops, let's say. But let's pop down another chute and see if that works. Yes, grapes can, in fact, be moved along here. That is glorious. So, with that then... Now, herein is the problem. Ultimately, I want grapes to go there first. Why are you there? That's going to just cause me issues. You're not even taking that route? Fine. Let's just drop off whatever you've got. I'm going to do something a little bit differently. This wagon, go down there for a second. Hang tight. We need to get rid of this entire thing. Let's just get rid of this whole structure. We need to move things around to improve the efficiency of this area drastically. There we go. Get rid of all of this. We may want to even get rid of this side. Now, okay, we've got grapes, which we can pull out on this top point here. We could send direct in here if we wanted to. I like that idea. Do we have a hotbar purely for scaffolding? We do, actually, so we may as well use this. I would like... That little bit there is going to be the problem. Perhaps we can remove grapes from this side entirely, which is a little bit of a sad one, but yeah, we can do that. Let me pop you down just to right. Well, actually, no, we'll pop 2 over here just to allow a little bit of room if I want to squeeze something in there. Now we're starting to build vertically. Oh, this is going to get complicated. Very, very complicated. Very, very quickly. But that all needs to go. There we go. Right, so instead, what we want is to have scaffolding, or rather, these, the arches. Can we rotate around? I'm going to have to do it with the keys. You can't rotate around if you're already carrying an object, but you can with the Q and E keys. Good old Q and E. Right, okay, so we're going to want chutes coming out to here. 1 chute going off that direction, 1 chute going off in this direction. I am going to want to have a splitter. So logistics. A splitter, please. And... Actually, no. We don't want to split this specifically in this route. We want a sorter. No, a pusher. Will redirect matching items off a belt or chute if there is space. Otherwise, it'll let pass. So we want a pusher here. Sounds like such a bad word. Like, not entirely sure. There we go. There we are. 1 too far. Ah, I done it again. There we go. Straight in. And at this point, all the grapes will go where they need to go. However, if they can't go there, then they'll come down this way. Aha. Yes, it's going to get complicated. Now that we're going to be building up, life will never be the same. Actually, we kind of want that pusher over there, don't we? Yeah, I'd say we do. So we'll redirect that a little bit, but right now, all we need to do is get... knew that was going to happen. It's getting a bit finicky. Want to bring this all the way down so that we can send this directly into the market. Well, hoop. That is not where I wanted that. Get rid of you. Damn it. That one's gone again. There we go. Everything is fine. Nothing bad happened. Not even once. Ooh, there we go. Steam is already done. Well done, Steam. Let's get a new research going. Completed. What I would like... can I? No, I can't tell them to do that. I do have to go over to the school to do it. Select a recipe. Go for the next one. Enchanted accessories. There we go. Right now, I'm just trying to sort out our problems over here. So once again, we want the pusher in that direction. And item filter, strictly none, but just in case, we'll get rid of this now. There we go. All sorted over there. I will keep that one there just because it kind of makes sense to me for that one to be there. But let's pull all of this out. And when we have nowhere else to send it, we can't send it in there. We'll just send it direct to this place. And that, while it doesn't give us a lot, it should gradually fill up people's fruit and veg desire. See, if we look on them, people have, they'll be eating through this at a certain speed. And every one of these that is satisfied is a happiness. Now, if we actually have a look in at the economy, we'll see down here, grapes are 20% fruit and veg. So having one grape will give them 20% of the desire fulfilled. Having one fruit juice will fulfill 50% of the desire. Having a veggie stew, 100% of the desire. Or 100% of some arbitrary unit. I'm not exactly sure, but as we can see, almost everyone now is getting full on fruit and veg. And that is exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. As we can see in here, things are starting to get a bit better. Ooh, now. Let's pause things here for a second. We're going to want to dump all of the herbs from here, and we want this one reserved purely for berries. There we go. There we go. Can we actually sell herbs straight up? No. We can't sell them straight up down here either. Interesting. So herbs really, they can't do anything but be stockpiled. All right. Not great. certainly, but it's also not terrible. There we are. We're producing berries reasonably fast. The grain is going through also reasonably fast. I'm going to get rid of this wagon for now. But there we go. That helps out a little bit. A little tiny bit. Most places should have some decent fruit and veg, but we do still need more. That is quite obvious to us. Honestly, we do not need the amount of grain that we've got. Not down here. It isn't helping us, so I'll probably remove some of these. But at the moment, it seems to be doing okay. Now, what we could do instead is produce a different type of food. If we have a look over here, for example, tomatoes would be fine. Carrots, maybe. We just want to get everyone completely stocked up on fruit and veg. We want them to have a very good, varied diet, damn it. Alright, so with that then in mind, let's have a look at what the next best one would be. Carrots, or pretty much any of the cactus fruit and dragon fruit. They're not too bad. Pears and apples. Okay. These provide a little bit more. Can we possibly make that? Let's go to farms. Plant an apple tree. We don't have apples. We've got berries, sure, but we don't have tomatoes. There are potatoes around. There definitely are carrots around as well. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and build a worker. I would like you to gather carrots, please, and just deliver them over there for me. Thank you very much. Just need a few carrots, that's all. And while all that's going on, we're going to start diversifying this farm a bit. So, is there a way that I can do that? Can I... Doesn't look like I can. Can I just delete this? No, it doesn't look like I can do that either. I seem to have gotten stuck. Remove block. That is not so great. Let's see. We haven't got any sugar. As soon as we have the carrots, I'd like to plant them. There we go, for example. No, can't do that. Can only plant on an empty farm tile. Occupied. Well then, how does one unoccupy a tile? Aha, tools, probably. Remove resource? Yes. Marvelous. Okay, that'll do. So rotate this around and start removing these resources. Some of them don't seem to allow me to remove them. It does look like some of them will only go if they're not currently being harvested. Yeah, it does look like that may be the case. Incompatible target. I could remove that, but I can't remove these ones. Okay, well that's fair enough. It's not actually a huge issue for me. Just get some of these carrots down then. There we are. And little by little, we will start pulling these out. Now, we're probably going to want to stockpile those in a separate barn. But are there things that we might want to make over here out of carrots? Nothing that we can make easily. Anything to be made with carrots requires something very specific that we don't have. We could get meat, but potatoes... I think there is somewhere on the map that I've seen potatoes. But for now, the carrots are specifically going to be siphoned straight off into the food market, I think. I would like them to go into a barn, though. So maybe what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove a little bit more of these resources. I know, it pains me too. Trust me, it really does actually hurt. Alright, let's go back to scaffolding and build up the scaffolding all the way up. I want this well maintained. There we are. And then we can have just the arches going along here. And strictly speaking, it's not really necessary. I could have them just going straight across there if I really wanted to. Maybe I do. Maybe that is something that we'll look into in a little bit. But for the time being, let's just bring this arch out all the way across here. I'm going to totally put it in the wrong place if I try to do it from that angle. There we go. Right. Sorted. Now, this place is already stockpiled. It's got 10 carrots currently. Carrots take 3 seconds to gather? Wow. That's not exactly great. Not great at all. But I'm going to want another barn. Let's grab this barn right down here, sure. We'll pop it. Actually, let's give it a little bit of... Well, no, this should be fine. Let's pop the barn right there. There we go. I want carrots to be in this storage spot. So let's go straight for carrots. There we are. sure there were potatoes somewhere. Oh, there's potatoes. Oh, fantastic. Have we got anything else? Any other crops? Any other crops on the map that I want to gather? And there is cotton, but I don't want to gather cotton. No. Okay. Well, I want you over there. I want you grabbing potatoes and bringing them. Ah, you got a long walk. Enjoy. Enjoy. You're not going to. That's basically I'm just trying, basically making fun of you. I'm not going to lie. I've given you an awful job, and you can't really complain about it. You should be able to. I'm a horrible person, and I do feel bad, okay? That's the best that you're going to get out of me. I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is. Right. What we're going to want to do is actually have this come up on this level still. So let's go back to scaffolding. Pop one there, pop another one here. Possibly another 2 actually, and then build out this route across. There we go. Currently we're only going to have... I can't see any tomatoes, so we're just going to have to live with what we've got. I am going to cut back a little bit more of the grain. We don't need as much grain here. This grain... Is that growing? Why is it selecting it like this? Ah, it's because I've got the select tool. I mean, I suppose. Can we get rid of some of these? No. I can get rid of some of the grain around here, but not all of it, unfortunately. It does seem really finicky, though. I would very much like to remove some of these grains. Okay, well, it doesn't strictly matter, I would say, if I'm doing it like that, but we'll see. Right, so with that coming in, let's get a little bit more down. I would like some potatoes. Pop the potatoes over there. Only got 1. Let's actually make one of these into my farming stuff. So grain and no, we don't want apple trees as much. Actually, I do want apple trees, but you know, I can't have them. Berries, carrots, and potatoes. There we go. So 3 more carrots, please. I'll do 4. Let's get some more potatoes down. We're not going to get any. That's fine. Right, so next up, I would like very much to get this tile sunk down, like so. And then built out to the side, we'll be able to remove the potatoes as well. Now I've started building up. Life is never going to be the same. Never. Yeah. It's going to get very complicated to look at my factory very soon. Right, I would like chutes coming out over here and then across. And the same over here and then across. There we go. I'm going to want grabbers, specifically grabbers for potatoes and carrots. So let's set this one up right now. Tatus, there we go. And then carrots. There we are. And then finally, let's pop these in. And off they go. And that in turn will allow me to start building these up. I'm going to allow my little workers to keep on doing their work. You know, I've set them to their task. I'm not going to take their job away. I will get plenty more potatoes over here as well. Maybe a couple more carrots as well. There we are. These are all growing. I'm not sure how well these are being gathered. We don't have enough potatoes to do this job at all. We don't need this many herbs at all. Right, that's a good point, actually. I'm learning what we can do away with and what we actually need. But we do not need all of these herbs. Let's remove some of these. I can't get at them, unfortunately. Okay. Let's put down some more potatoes then over here. There we are. That should do well. I'm noticing that we've not got a whole lot of berries in there. Make sure that these are reserved. Carrots there and potatoes down here. There we go. And then finally, since these are just straight up coming out, let's go ahead and get back to chutes. I'm going to want one connecting up here. And one connecting up there. There we go. And we're then going to want grabbers as well. on there. Purely potatoes, please. And then there, we'll get this one to carrots. And then that should do nicely. There we go. Hopefully they do split up properly. I mean, as they filter through, they'll sort themselves out. There was just a bit of backlog there initially. But there we are. People should now be filling up on their fruit and veg. It's not great, but it'll work. People will have a full fruit and veg diet for now, and I'm happy with that. What I'm not happy with is the fact that we are not gathering nearly enough of the berries. I mean, it's not terrible, I guess, but it could definitely be better. This little place is doing its hardest, bless it. It's, you know, it's cracking on. There we are. All right, well, we'll leave that to that. This should at least mean that everyone has full fruit and veg, well, hopefully in the future. And I'm happy with that one. That'll keep one of their happiness criteria sorted. Getting more bread is now going to be the big problem for us. I'm going to want bread delivered directly. Now, bread is one of the things that needs fuel for. The fruit juice does not need fuel, interestingly. Neither does the ointment, actually. But we're going to want to get bread down there. So, where do we want to build another wheat farm? Because I'm going to want a single wheat farm to feed a lot of wheat into a grain mill. We could have done something down here. Honestly, I'm starting to regret taking that away. But at the same time, having a more dedicated farming solution does appeal to me. Just not there. How about something in this little area down here? We can probably make that work. Get a little bit of water there as well. Yeah, we should be able to do something with that. And then we could just feed it straight into the food market down there. Okay, I like this plan. So let's go ahead, build another farm. Once I've got everyone's food desires sorted out, I'll be a lot happier moving forward from there. Let's pop you... I pop you here, I can probably get the entire farm area cleared. There we go. Let's also bring up the tools. Terrain flatten. Sets terrain height to max corner height of the current block. Drag to set any other terrain to exactly that height. Perfect. So, how big are we talking? 1, 2, 3 tiles from the side. There you go. Think that should be right. Let's just double check it and just pull it all down. There we go. Just to be sure. Don't want any surprises later on. There we are. Lovely. Lovely. Remove resources. We'll just get rid of these trees in the corner here. There we are. And, ooh, just one little bit over there that I almost missed. That would have been annoying. Flatten down. There we go. Perfect. Alright, at this point, we do need to take the terrain down a block. There we go. Now, you should have plenty of water. That being said, this is using up a whole 9 tiles there. Let's have a look if we can't make that better. So, if we had a well. Well. Now, I've been told that if we had a well, that we'd be able to use the well. 1, 2. If I pop this just there and then built across, I may be able to just take the well's output straight across there. That will be interesting. Let's see if we can do that, because that would be more efficient. Let's go ahead and build a well. There's no particular issue there for me. Let's pop you down. I'm not sure that really matters. There we are. Speed 100%. It's producing plenty of water. Right, first we'll pop down all the actual farm tiles. I will get rid of those resources there, just so they don't encroach and make this more difficult for me to see than it needs to be. Alright, so we want farming tiles. There we go. And the whole thing. Covered in farm tiles. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, so I'm going to hold off on doing the whole thing first. This well is actually watering these tiles automatically, just by existing. Really? Really? Because that's actually quite good. We could have one there. That'll cover that entire side. There will cover this entire side. Almost. It doesn't quite do it. So we'll hold off. But I know what I want here. I want grain. So let's go ahead and fill this in with grain. There we go. All the way down. There we are. We've got plenty of grain being stockpiled in a barn so that we have all of that. There we are. Now that's all being drunk up by the grain. The grain is growing a little bit faster. Let's see, though, about getting this to pull all of this water straight across. Right, I want it about there. Now, you haven't got the water automatically. But if I use a cloth conveyor belt, there we are, and a grabber. Let's see. Can a grabber pull water? A grabber can indeed pull water out. Oh, glorious. That's right. Deliver the water. Thank you. It would be better if I could pull it out faster. A metal conveyor belt. But that requires machine shop to produce it. That is definitely something we need to work on. But just having this working for now is fine. Delivering fertilizer would also be great. Just going to say that right now. Maybe what I could do is another such structure just over here, much the same way, and have this one draw out from a silo. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to want cloth conveyor once again, all the way across, and we're going to want a silo right there. Let's go and find ourselves a silo right here. Perfect. Only thing I want in this silo is going to be fertilizer. Where are you, fertilizer? There we go. Now that should work and give us the maximum efficiency on this farm. In fact, we'll be able to withdraw the grain without hitting any of the fields. Oh, that's so good. So good. I'm unreasonably happy with this. Unreasonably. Right, let's pop you up there. I'm going to need this on this side to allow me to get a wagon over there. And we're going to want you over there as well. There we go. Straight up and over. There we are. And we can just deliver this all the way up to the silo. Like so. Perfect. We've got an... Oh, we actually destroyed the wagon. Never mind. Do we have spare wagon somewhere? I believe we do. Yes. I would like you to withdraw fertilizer and drop it off in this silo, please. And indeed, thank you. Ooh. Now, I have a question. I may, in fact, have a boat. Can I use a boat? A working unit that can travel on water surface and harvest lots of fish. That's a shame. I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, we could have it move stuff from one side to the next. But it can't, so... Oh well. Thankfully, fertilizer is not used very quickly. So let's go ahead and continue our farming tiles. Let's get all of these out there. And this is just one farm, of course. You might want more than one for what we're going to be doing. Because this is just going to be massive production of bread. Massive. Yeah, let's grab the farm tile, actually. We'll pop that in on 8. There we go. Bit of a quirky key, that one. It's not really where I want it, but it'll have to do. There we are. Now, this farm is going to exist purely to produce grain. Now, from this, how quickly will we be producing this? I want a stupid amount of workers, frankly. We can easily afford it, so why not? So there we are. Now, we're going to want to withdraw this. We can withdraw it straight into a barn. It wouldn't be a bad option. In fact, yeah, I'm okay with this option. There is a part of me, though, that wants to make sure that these tiles are correct. Flatten up. So, all the way across here, please. Just make sure that's all correct. There we go. Perfect. Then we can just plonk down the barn right over here. Oh, this is going well. So good. We want the output to be there. Not that it really matters, frankly, but that's where we're going to have the output. And then we are going to want... Ooh, now this poses a little bit of a problem for me. Technically speaking, I mean... Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. We'll just draw it out in this way. So, let's get all of these across. Same over here. Oh, come on. Work with me, please. Thank you. And then the same on this side. We want to just be able to pull this straight out. Now, it seems that the growing is still working there. It's a little bit hard to tell. I mean, they don't appear to be being worked underneath. In before, everyone tells me, no, you're not actually harvesting from those tiles anymore. That would suck. I'll be honest. It would kind of be bad. Noticing that, yeah, most places pretty much, well, one or two of them don't have full fruit, but we can possibly get another farm to help with that one in time. Right now, it seems that we're doing okay for the most part with the fruit. We've got way more grain than we need. We can probably help that in the future. Maybe if we just had tomatoes or something. And just vary that diet as much as we possibly can. Right, I just want this straight down. All I want here is grain. So I don't even need to specify the grabber. I just need to turn the grabber on. So there, and there. There we are. Just offload the grain as fast as you can harvest it, please. And indeed, thank you. Look at that go! Look at it go! It's glorious. We don't need that many. It doesn't matter though. I'm fine with it. Right. Okay, so we're offloading all of that into a barn. Now, next on the list, we're going way back to just the good old grain mill. Now, how much of this I'm going to be able to produce, I don't know. I could have this pulled straight off into the grain mill and then excess just taken straight over there, but bread is so much better. So much better. Let's just have a quick look at bread versus... That's 50% versus 10%. Flour is 30%. That's not actually bad. We don't strictly need the gold coins. That's the thing. Still... And bread needs coal, whereas grain does not. We might want to just go for the lower there. I mean, it's not exactly the nicest thing to do, but it is efficient, if nothing else. You could just have two grain mills, side by side, just pumping out flour, and send it down there. I mean, you know, people might want to make cakes. I certainly would want to make cakes. How dare anyone tell me I can't make cakes? Sure, we'll have two grain mills, just offloading. Right here and here. We'll see what we can do with this. Now, I don't know if we're going to need both of these. I mean, the speed is fairly decent, but it'll take 4 seconds per. We can fill it up with workers. Yeah, I think we're probably going to need both grain mills. Flour, once again, just loads of workers. Alright, so with that done, let's draw you out all the way around. There we go. And then the chutes. Now I could just pull the grain out straight away, but I'd actually prefer to do it a bit more like this. So let's grab this down all the way. And since we're only dealing with a single type of produce, we don't really need to worry once again about things like grabbers. We can just set the grabbers straight up. Doesn't matter what they pull, because they can only realistically pull one thing. There we are. So each grain mill will start producing its flour. It'll take 4 seconds for each. There we go. How much grain does it require? 3. Yeah, we'll be producing the grain just slightly slower, but because of the massive bonuses that we've got at the grain farm, it should be okay. We've already backed up, but that's because we're not taking the flour out, of course. Right, okay, so with that, I would very much like you to just start gathering all of this. There we are. And this can just pop it in there. There we go. That is not quite what I wanted, but sure. There we go. Now, that should work. We should see that everyone starts to fill up their regular basic foods again. Alright, getting back there with the happiness. And that in turn is increasing overall production in the whole colony. Okay, another farm-heavy episode this one, but I'm reasonably happy with the outcome. We've got, or should have, fruits and grains, fruits and vegetables and grains full. For more or less all of the houses. And it'll take a little bit of time to properly filter through, especially because flour is used up fairly quickly. We're not making as much money as we could. Certainly we could afford to try and make a little bit more. But again, we'd need coal for it. That's not ideal. Not by a large margin, actually. Well, how about we do that? Since we have got the grain anyway. All right. Let's make this happen. Let's make it happen. Well, the last thing we'll do in this episode. I know. I keep adding more last things. It's a sickness. Don't make fun of me. I can't help it. We could have this grain mill supply the kitchen specifically. All I want this place to do is make bread. It's the only thing I want. It'll take 4 seconds. We'll have 5 workers on it. There we go. Right, so with that, I would like it to generally shunt in this direction if it can. And straight down. Alternatively, actually, thinking about it, I could in fact have it down there. It would technically be a little bit more efficient, thinking about it. Sure. Okay, let me get rid of this. So we're going to want a pusher down there. So one pusher. If it can supply the kitchen, it should supply the kitchen. There we go. So generally it will. Okay, that works for me. Right, we're going to want the output then. Heading down in this direction. The output chute should come straight down and just hook up there. I mean, I could deliver it straight to a house. Imagine the luxury. You've got your own direct access to bread. The bakery literally delivers it to your doorstep. An entire kitchen's output, just for you. I'm sorry, level 4 house. You're not nearly opulent enough to deserve that. In time, maybe, but not yet. Right, the final thing we're going to need then is a little bit of coal. Now, we can deliver that easily enough. Let's pop down a bit of you. We'll have something similar just over here. There we go. And we'll deliver that directly in to the kitchen itself via a conveyor, I think. Will be the easiest way to do it. Let's bring that down. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll do. So pop these down like so. There we are. Actually, we probably want to push it back a little bit. Let's not be too silly. Yeah, let's just drive this back to about there. Will do. Bring this up again. There we go. Perfect. Right. Let's get all of this done. And all across. That should work. I'm very hopeful it will. We'll see. I'm going to need 1 worker, please. Please deliver the coal right there. Actually, I'll take 2. Oop. Right. There we go. Please deliver the coal. There we go. Excellent. Now, are you getting it? Yes, you are. Why are you not outputting? Ah. Okay, bread must not be a chute object, of course. I forgot what that warning meant. My bad. We could honestly just gather it with a wagon, but I'd prefer to deliver it directly myself. So with that said, let's go ahead and build up another little conveyor. This is going to be a little bit more awkward though. I'll be honest. Oops, that is not at all what I meant to do. I didn't realize that just straight up right clicking would work like that. Alright, well, we've got 1 layer here, but I guess at this point doesn't actually matter I can happily just pull it out like this and deliver along here. It's not exactly going to be the most structurally sound conveyor setup. So for my own sanity, I'm going to put this there so it looks like it is being at least somewhat supported by something. My lord. Alright, and there we go. Straight out and down. There we go. And in, please. And thank you. And finally, we want a grabber. Should be able to just grab the bread. Straight from the output. Straight onto the conveyor. Just in case. We'll actually tell this one, only take bread, please. There's bread. There we go. There we are. That should do nicely. Alright, not bad. I think with that, we should be pretty solid. We've got a solid amount of grains, a decent amount of fruit and veg. I mean, that could be improved. Let's be honest, it definitely could be. How's this barn doing? How's the grain mills doing? The grain mills are not doing that great. I'm going to be honest. One thing we could do to improve this is have more farms working here. We don't need this much land, frankly. Maybe that's something I'll do in the next episode. I could happily have 3 farms and just have them working 2/3. Well, actually, not even 2/3. If we imagine that this is an 1/8, they'd be working 2/8 of the normal fields that they could harvest from. But with water and fertilizer, I imagine they would be producing enough grain. Honestly, but the question is, would we need it? I don't know. Are we actually stockpiling anything? We're not, so maybe in the future we're going to want that because we're definitely not producing enough grain currently. Yes, maybe if we got the output from 3 different farms, that would be a bit better. We'll have to have a look into that into the next episode though, but before we end this one, let's go ahead and select our next recipe. The last one that we can work on, that is mana purification. I promise we will get to railways soon. We'll start the next episode with improving this little farm layout. Or maybe I'll do that off camera. But I'm thinking 3 different farms. If nothing else, we'll see if that is sufficient to work this many fields and actually keep the output up, because it may well be. And then we'll probably look to addressing our forge area and get that a little bit better off. I would like to get these things set up though, getting meat. If I can go through all of the desires for our people now, because we've got a solid base of a solid infrastructure for more or less everything, all of our building materials at the very least. Yeah, maybe we're going to continue through and supply everything to all of our houses, but railways will be something we're going to look into soon. Thank you very much for joining me. I really do hope you've enjoyed, and will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.